one shot one equalizer can end the fight.
Yeah.
So, only thing he needs is the basic fundamentals, and I could do the rest. I can help him. I can really help him. All he got to do is, Deontay Wilder is with us anyway. He's with Al Haymon anyway.
Why?
I'm here to help fighters. So even like Deontay Wilder, I'm here. All he got to do is let me know. Let me know what he want to do, and we can make it happen. I'm here to help fighters.
Okay, he was on the Shannon Sharp recently, a couple of days ago. He mentioned Deontay Wilder, saying Deontay Wilder should call him. He would help him.
Right, I saw
Make
that.
him better than he already is.
When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, he obviously was on the Shannon Sharp. He was telling him to give him a call. He could help. Now, there's a lot of been said. There's a lot of people that said, oh, nah, Deontay Wilder don't need Floyd. And then there's some fans that want to see Deontay Wilder and Floyd Mayweather unite, right? Now, I'll say this. We could all agree, both sides could all agree that it will help more than hurt to have Floyd Mayweather in his corner. We could all say that. I mean, he ain't a full-time trainer. He trains Gervonta a whole lot. He trained Devin Haney for, I believe, kind of a couple of days. He trains his son, his daughter, and his girls, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, Floyd at this time, he makes too much money to train anybody. You're gonna have to be somebody for him to train.
He's a big name.
Yeah, he gonna need like a Deontay Wilder to holler at him for him to train him full time. It won't be, anybody, unless it's like a Devin Haney, unless it's like a Gervonta. But they already have trainers now. Devin Haney, I'm pretty sure he would love to have Floyd Mayweather as his trainer, and that could possibly be in the long run after he moves up in weight. Because unless he fights Gervonta, or until he a division or two away from Gervonta, that won't happen. It's too much static, and Floyd Mayweather already dealt with too much. So, like I said, if Floyd Mayweather trains Deontay Wilder, we could all agree, regardless of what your opinion is, it will help more than hurt, because all that knowledge, you're going to soak in a whole lot. Now, one thing to point out, Tyson Fury is a defensive wizard. When you are a defensive wizard, who is the best guy to solve that puzzle? Floyd Mayweather, the best defensive fighter of all time. He's going to be able to tell you what to do in order to solve that puzzle. Because Oscar De La Hoya, for example, I remember when Canelo was fighting Floyd Mayweather, and Oscar De La Hoya was telling the public, I gave Canelo Alvarez the blueprint to beat Floyd. And Floyd responded by like,
you never beat me.
Yeah, I beat you, so how the hell you got the blueprint when I beat you? So Floyd Mayweather, nobody was able to solve that puzzle. He arguably the best defensive fighter of all time, him and Sweet Pea Whitaker. So to have somebody like that in your corner that is so in tune with the big stage, that knows the surroundings, that knows the in and out, that caught Maidana trying to get away with some slick bullshit, and he told the commission, you guys ain't gonna get no slick bullshit on me. So you need a guy like that, that's smart outside and inside of the ring. Put the ego aside and make it happen. That's how I feel about it. To be honest with you, like I said before, when you fight a defensive wizard, it could be very tricky, because I know that from experience. If you fight somebody and you throwing Hail Mary, everything is a power shot, and the guy you're fighting is great defensive fighter, he's going to be able to defend himself. All he got to do pretty much, and Wilder talked about this, because Wilder got a good IQ. He talked about, Tyson Fury being clinchy and just like, he just will move away the last second. Because see, when Wilder fought Tyson Fury the first time, Tyson Fury will automatically move his head as soon as he see Deontay Wilder move. The reason why, it's a punch coming.
Yeah.
So you got to move your upper body. You got to either move your leg or your upper body. So if you throw a feint in there every time, instead of throwing you fainting, you're either going to feint him out of position, or you're going to feint him to figure out what's his next move. So you're going to see, okay, he likes to lean toward his right in order to avoid my right hand. Okay, So I'm gonna feign him. When he leans that way, I'm gonna catch him. That's how you gotta play the game. Floyd Mayweather knows a little hint here and there that could help him a whole lot. At the end of the day, Deontay Wilder is 34, 35 years old. That's a saying in the sport of boxing. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. But remember, Deontay Wilder is an Olympian. Deontay Wilder medaled in the Olympics with like 12 fights as an amateur. That's unheard of. Obviously, he had power, but he had to have skill at an early age, and he's very gifted and talented. So he's going to be able to pick up a lot of things, and a lot of things he already know. He's just not using it. If you have a toolbox and one of the tools always worked, you know what I'm saying? Like you go to work and the tools it's just work. You know what I'm saying? You get the job done with that one tool every single time. You have other tools, but you rely on this tool so much that it's power that you basically got away from all the other tools. I think Floyd Mayweather could sharpen Deontay Wilder to make him utilize all his tools, such as feinting. You know, and it need to be second nature. It need to be muscle memory. It need to be something you won't think about. Because at the time, it's so much happening that the last thing you need to be worried about, okay, what do I need to do next? Or I need to feint, or that need to come naturally. It need to be second nature. Floyd Mayweather could have that in you. I see how he be giving Gervonta, tips here and there, and they be some great tips. And it's always the little things that matter at that level, because everybody understand the basic 1-2 and all of that. It's the little things that matter. If you go watch Floyd Mayweather, you will appreciate the little things that he does, the way he beat the crap out of Canelo, doing little things that you be like, man, this man is gifted. So I think it will definitely help more than hurt. Now, will it happen? I truly believe that if Deontay Wilder could get Floyd Mayweather in his corner, why not? At the end of the day, we already know Tyson Fury cheated. But this trilogy fight is the most important fight of his career, because Deontay Wilder could have just went straight to court right away. That's what should be done. However, knowing the warrior that Wilder is, he want to get his revenge with his own right hand. Since everybody seemed to be in it, he want to get his revenge with his own right hand. So since that's the case, you better win.
Yeah.
You better win. Because now it will somewhat justify Tyson Fury cheating if Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder a third time. All the decafs are going to come through and be like, oh, Tyson Fury, he beat Deontay Wilder even the third time when he didn't cheat. But that don't matter. He still cheated the last 2 times. We already know if it's a fighter on the coincidental list that cheated, and then in the trilogy fight, if he didn't cheat and still won, all they're going to talk about is him cheating the previous 2 times. But obviously, Hope Insurance cover everything. And because he's on the Hope list, they're going to dismiss whatever. They're going to try to make up excuses. You could be guilty from the Hope list, and they're going to prove you innocent because they won't take you to court. You know what I'm saying? However, if you on the coincidental list, you could be innocent, and they're going to try to accuse you as being guilty. So I just believe that Wilder has to be very careful, because the $1 million question is Deontay Wilder still the same? Because there's a dent on his head. I mean, how many people that have a dent on their head and they could come back and be 100%? We got to always keep that in the back of the mind. Is Deontay Wilder still the same? I talked to his team, and they told me he's in a good spirit, but we won't know till he spars. That's the truth. I mean, the team has to be positive, but we won't know till he spars and he's in the ring. That's when we're going to know, okay, is he still the same? Is he fighting the same? So, like I said, a lot of things happen outside of the ring and inside of the ring. Dirty tactics, illegal tactics, cheating tactics by Tyson Fury. So if you're going to have somebody like Floyd Mayweather in your corner, it will definitely help, not hurt at this point in time. I will say this, Wilder, I believe he has George Foreman working with him, from what he stated on the PBC podcast. Not because George Foreman is a heavyweight. He knows what he's going through. He knows things that Floyd Mayweather might not know from an experience level, because he is a heavyweight.
Yeah.
What you experience as a heavyweight is not the same as a welterweight. We actually have to put that in consideration. But I think Floyd Mayweather knows the difference between the two. Okay, he a heavyweight. I got to be mindful of that. I can't be asking him to do things that a welterweight could do. I got to train him for his own attributes. I just got to sharpen him up. And I think Floyd Mayweather know that. I think Floyd Mayweather know that, but that should be mentioned. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't. And listen to these decaps. The dumb, casual ass fans that don't know shit about boxing.
You don't know shit about boxing.
So all the decaps in the comments. Please
tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
You won't call in when it's smoke time. All of my AKHis are my witnesses. When we live, when we calling out T-Tone, when we calling out all of the decaps, they on no show. They're not calling in. But as soon as the live is over, they in the comment section talking bullcrap. They being keyboard warriors. Because I'm telling you guys, I recently discovered that the decaps don't have cojones. They have female parts. So with that being stated, subscribe, click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post or go live. I truly appreciate all of my AKHis that's tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. We see you guys next week.
I'm pretty. Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I still got the world. I still got the world. I still got the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.